We have to put you on last. They might not be any-
Cool. Nice.
There's so many things that are important. Obviously, bearing edges, and I'm not going to get into tap and shells. I'm not going to bore you to death on that today. But on snare drums, there's a different type of edge than there is on tom-toms. Typically, we have a 60-degree edge here, and we have a 45-degree edge here. Now, when we go through the painstaking edge system at DW, we've got 3 places in the factory where we check the edges. We check each other's work constantly. And to me, that's really important because we are just humans, right? And we go for as much accuracy as humanly possible. We even have one of my latest toys that I dearly, dearly love. It's a new snare bed machine that actually follows the shape of the bearing edge in through the bed. Instead of just coming along and making the flat area, instead we follow the profile of the edge, and what a difference that makes in snare drums. These are the heads, like this is the one we put on most of our drum kits in production style, which I've always been happy with. We call that the coated clear head. And then we have this guy here, which I don't think many of you have seen before, but it's a clear edge head, so it's coated in the center and allows the drum disc to hum a little longer over the bearing edge. And I know that some people really like 2-ply heads, etc., so we're talking about that later. This is our resonant head. All of these are crimp-style heads. There's no glue in these, okay? And that's what we use on the bottom, or you could use it as a batter as well. On our snare drums, I'm just goofy enough where I have to put the tensioning sequence on here, I'm just trying to help.
We're well trained on by now.
You've taught millions with that.
I write it on one that doesn't have it now.
Same here. Keltner said to me one day, he says, "That's not a clock, is it?" And, for some of it, we also have that reverse dot on here. Remo does our heads for us, and they do a great job. But just recently, I was dealing with some people from Japan who were just saying, we really wish you would make a 2-ply head. And I said, well, I'm not a 2-ply, I don't hear that very much. I don't know about all of you, but we could change the way you feel, I think, today about this. And especially for the road. This is A-film. I was talking with Herbie May, and Herbie May from Remo, and he was going, have you ever tried A-film? It's really primarily for marching and real high tension stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, well, could we do 2 dips? That's like 2 750s. He said, what we'll do is we'll lay it out flat, and then they actually glue the very, very edge when it's in a flat form and put it under pressure overnight, and then they form and crimp it the next day.
Oh, wow.
And what you get is this 2-ply A-film. Most of us that deal with Remo are used to dealing with S-film, which is the hazy stuff, or smooth white, or the crystal clear is D-film. So this is A-film, and it hasn't been used a lot in drum sets, so we want to play with that later on. I want your opinions, if we could.
Sure.
So we went for a smooth sound, which has got a nice, beautiful, brilliant attack to it. And then we also are offering the coated version of that. Counter hoop is something that for the longest time I didn't pay any attention to. I was worried about on smaller toms I wanted a thinner gauge. Remember, Tony, when we started this graduated thing?
I remember.
And we had 1.65 millimeters on the 8s and 10s. On the 12s and 13s, we had 2.0, and then 14 to 18 was 2.3.
Oh, wow.
And now we've also added on the new True Hoop a 3.0 snare drum counter hoop, which is thick.
That's like die cast but sturdy.
And you know what? It's interesting you say that because it kind of has the good elements of die cast, but it has a beauty on its own.
It doesn't choke it down as much.
Doesn't choke it down. Now I spent a year of my life putting this thing together, so got to hear about this. I was tuning because when the tuner at DW gets ill or something,
Yeah.
I'm the guy, right? So, and that's why, by the way, why I made this handy tuning table. It goes up.
Favorite toy.
So,
It's good to be the king.
You can serve drinks on that. You can serve drinks on that too.
yeah, I can sort
do you
of
have?
drink like this. But I was having trouble with certain counter hoops, and I couldn't get. I thought it was the head. You go, give me another head here. Just put this on, and it would be the same. And I found out that I never paid attention to the distortions that happen when you spread the ears out in metal like this after it's formed, and you spread these ears out,
Yeah.
and then you punch the holes. Well, that's the end of it.
All right.
That's the problem we have because there could be a big distortion there, a huge one here, no distortion there, a medium one here, a little one there. So you think your drum head is riding in this channel the whole time, and in reality it's on all those uneven surfaces. And especially with smaller drums, you can play hell trying to get that right.
Yeah.
So we fixed that problem with these, but when I developed the True Hoop, first of all, we rolled around the top so that it's got a nice edge up here. And what we found was that if we take this and spread those ears out and punch them, and then put it into a second operation press that comes down with 150 tons of pressure, it really flattens all of that and takes those distortions away.
Wow.
So in reality, that is the essence of the True Hoop. This is True Pitch. This is True Pitch 50 right here. And then I've got this one here, which is the
OG.
1224, okay?
Original.
Now, let's see that these are close. Let's say that those are in tune, whether they are or not. They're close enough, right?
Yeah.
This is something that you want to see very close. Watch my drum key. This is why I'm doing this. And this is very, very important to me that you understand this whole process here. Now, if you look at my drum key, I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna detune this drum. And look what we do. That was one revolution. True Pitch 50.
Wow,
About 3.
That's great. Oh, that's great.
that's amazing.
And then also there.
Wow.
Finding it is a breeze.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you can travel right past. Where's the sweet spot here?
Absolutely.
So staying in tune longer and being able to find those semitones, the quarter tones, to find the sweet spot or the pitch that you're going for and keep it there is ultimately why this is important to me.